from town to town with a horse trailer dragging behind. Just a cowboy lost in a modern world. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Not a day goes by, don't think about how my life used to be. Now I'm out of my prime and I'm losing time, and nobody's calling for me. They used to call my name come roundup time. Now the four-wheelers takes my place, and the cowboy life that I've always loved is getting lost without a trace. But I won't give up and I won't give in. I'm a cowboy till I die. And I know there's got to be a place for me underneath big western sky. Headed out west, gonna do my best to leave the civilized world behind. Just me, my saddle, and an honest horse will try to go back in time, where surely there'd be a warm campfire or a bunkhouse calling my name. But tonight I'll sleep in my pickup truck, 'cause I'm still not playing their game. The world may turn, but the thing they can't change is the way I feel inside. A prairie fire may burn itself out, but you can't snuff a cowboy's pride. I'll be what I am and I'll do what I do. This life is worth fighting for. Yeah, the cowboy life is a life for me and 10,000 more. The cowboy life is a life for me.
Well, welcome back to the horsemanship. Been a while. We're over here at Wolf Trap Farms at Ray Strickland's place. This is Bandit. I think now, what is he, 5-year-old, Ray?
He's 4.
4?
Yeah, he's just 4.
He's 4-year-old and loose and gilding. And he's one of the few. Actually, when he was at my place, I warmed him up in a round pen. I know for years you hear me preach that I don't usually do that, but there's a lot of factors with him because of how much rain we was getting there for a while. It was hard to get steady. So, you know, he's one of the few when if he sit down out a couple of days, he'd be swollen. So like I say, he came back home Friday, and so now since I'm over here and Ray be with me most of the time, when I come over here, I'm going to start getting on him cold. You can't see it, but right now we got another horse in the arena. Ray was going to move him. I said, no, leave him in here. The most distraction he has, the better. Now, like I said, usually I'll warm him up a little bit in round pen, but it's time for him to quit. What I will do is just let him know I got control of him. He's by now canner, but he's been, Ray breeds some nice Andalusians. They're well behaved, and for the most part they're easy to start. But in horses, there's exception to every rule. Now, Bandit's a nice horse, and I'm sure he's going to have a good future somewhere. But he was really light on his front end, and horses, every horse usually got a behavior to get out of work when you first start. And unfortunately, he is light on his front end, so he wouldn't crow hop or really buck or nothing. But so I had to work on that a lot. And people get in a hurry, and that's one thing I'm thankful for Ray. He doesn't get in a hurry with his horses, but when he sells one, it's a pretty solid horse. So not really going to get anybody hurt, and that's what he's after. And of course, that's what I'm after. And right now, a horse like Bandit, like I said, luckily enough now he's over here at Ray's, and he's got the grainy or whatever to run in, so he's not going to be as full of himself. But even when I first take him to round pen, it got to the point, we do a lot of time just standing there, because, he got in the habit. Round pen, oh, I got to go to work. So I had to get that thought out of him, that, no, you got to stand here for a little bit, and then we'll go to work. I was telling Ray earlier, this is the first video I've done in ages, and a little bit nervous. But that's all right, it'll all come back. And here I am back with no cameraman. So what we're going to do today is just, I need to get him cantering, but today I'm riding him in a different spot, different area, and I'm not going to warm him up. So what I'll be showing is how I'll just handle him. Like I say, he showed me I had control of his feet, and that's the main thing I'm looking after at this point. Yeah, I know. It's not the big one, is it? And through, Ray rides in a full cheek. I ride in an O-ring or a D-ring. But at the end of the day, there's not much difference. So all I want to do on this first ride over here is get control of his feet. I'm going to let him know I got control of his feet. And any other way that horse, James over there, is acting, any other person with him laying his ears back, they get rid of them. But how do I make a safe horse? Is get Bandit here used to the commotion of another horse. You know, even though I'm in an arena, right now, I want to be able to just place Bandit's feet wherever I want to. This ride, we're just going to do a bunch of serpentine. Because it's a new area for me to be on his back. Good boy. So, you know, that's going to keep my explosion down. If he would happen to explode, I got control of him right then and there. And if I get in a hurry and put him on the rail, and chances are, Bandit wouldn't do anything. Well, I know he won't. 99% sure. But I'm 70. Well, I don't even know how old I am now.
You're 42.
71, I think.
No, you're 42.
So, yeah, your age does make you look at things a little different. But in a way, it helps Bandit with him being light on his front end. Because if I try to ride him through all that and not set my training schedule up to him, it could have turned a lot worse. So how I overcome it? Well, I'll start putting a back on him. And Bandit MO was, he'd back up fine for a couple of days, and third day, at first, he'd get stupid. And I rode Bandit enough to know from the get-go when I got on him how he's going to react. So what did we do? We concentrate on serpentines and other things. And then the next day we'd go back to backing up. Because I don't want resistance. I want, when I have to do this, he follows it. And if I didn't address it in that manner, he would have started pushing on a bit and it would have went down. Like even now, when I back him up, I'm not going to let him come out of it until he gets soft in my hand. Like right there, I got pressure. There, I don't have pressure. And of course, you know, the back is that first where you get that good stop at. So basically today I'm just going to spend time with Bandit. I'm going to walk him around, I'm going to pick up my reins, and if he reacts to it, I quit. I don't pull no harder. And a lot of horses that's hard mouth, that's a good way to get them more responsive to that bit. I'm just going to pick up, he reacts, and I might put it back on him. Till I get right there, I got softness, and then we walk out. But if you got a horse, what they call get hard mouth, you know, if you get them to a point where you just pick up your reins and they react, that's the first step to get there, to help get that jaw softer. Right there, I just picked up. I get a reaction. Now with him, when I pick up, I'd like for him to stop. But let's say you're rehabbing a horse or starting him out, and I'm trotting along here. Right there, I had to put a little bit more force to it. So when I say pick up, you want to try at first use as little force as possible, and then if they don't respond, add more to it. That's better, good boy. You know, people get too worried about sticking on a rail and doing circles. But common sense tells me if I can place Bandit's feet wherever I want to, I can go straight. Oh. And I'm not using that rail for a crutch. I'm not letting him use that rail for a crutch. He's got to learn, like right there, I wasn't quite in the middle, but I was close to it. But, you know, we was far enough away from the rails. Yeah, he's not, neither him or me is using it for a crutch. Right there is nice and straight. Put my feet forward. And now we're just going to ride him loose and let him have his head a little bit. Then direct him in the direction I want to go. Like I said, with Bandit at some point is going to have a new home. Right there, I got his feet moving because he's talking. Good boy. Cool. Now right there, you couldn't see it, but I had him between my hands and my legs, as I call it, and over here he spooked at something. Who knows? Now if I didn't have him between my hands and my legs, it would have been a spook and y'all would have seen it. You know, I don't care where your horse is in training. This stuff, what I'm doing right here, goes a long way. Now, when I pick up here, I'm going to move that shoulder. See how the shoulder goes around? Now if I pull out here, the hip goes. Now what I will do, these are finer tips. That's how I'm pulling here. And I feel like that shoulder drops, I'm going to raise my hand. So I'm going to give him move that hip. But also, he'll lift that shoulder. So he doesn't get in the habit of dropping the shoulder. You know, that's tidbits that people don't really talk about. It's pretty good, Raymond.
It looks good.
I mean, with a horse in the arena, he laid his ears back and he's paid attention right to me. And that's the most important. Like earlier, I'll get on that more. When James got a little, not too bad pushy, but laid his ears back and didn't like what was going on, Bandit didn't react. I got control of him. He's between my legs and my hands. You know, it's a pretty boring episode, but boring is good. I'm going to start filming probably more over here and at the house, and finally starting with Smoking Lady again, because, you know, on a personal note, so it might help some of y'all understand why I haven't been filming. You know, I lost Suka. Well, I lost all my personal horses, just about. And so I got to admit, it took a toll on me mentally. I do my work that I need to get done, but I found myself not backing away from Smoking Lady because I didn't want to get attached. But, you know, working with Charlie and Bandit, at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop getting attached. I get attached to these horses. I mean, even the training horses. And actually, some of them that's got the worst problems at the beginning, I get more attached. And plus, you add the fact, I had a stroke right before Christmas. I don't want to make a bunch of excuses, but just letting you know what's going on. I still got a little leftover stuff from the stroke, but it's better than an alternative. So, you won't see it, because I probably won't film it. Might have the camera. I wasn't planning on filming today. You can tell by the way I dressed everything. I had the camera in the truck, and I said, oh, might as well. Because if he got a little silly, it would have been a good episode for y'all to see. But he didn't. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Like with him, next time I come over, I'll put him on the rail and we'll start extending his trot. And if he tries to go into the lope, I'm going to let him go. I'm not going to stop him. Because if I can make that transition into a lope, knowing his personality and not really push him into it, and he does it on his own, it's going to be good for everybody. Him, me, and the next person decides to buy him. Ray's got something over here that I don't have. The big horse flies.
Yeah, we got them all.
So, anyway, that's a good place to stop. I'll probably go back and ride him a little bit more. But, anyway, as I always say, be true to the horse and they'll be true to you. God bless and take care.